Global warming is not a myth. For many decades, we the people have developed more and more to make our lives easier. But doing so, we have abused from it and affected our only home, Earth. We have to realize that if we don't do nothing to help our world to get better, just because we have affected it by being so selfish and hurting our Earth more and more. We need to take global warming serious and make a change. The way we have treated the world is the way the world is going to treat us. Because of our actions, we are currently suffering from many changes, and one of them is temperature climate change. According to the article, Global Warming Caused by Air Pollution Will Harm Human Health, states that the temperature in the sea are rising and it will lead to higher sea levels. As the year passes, the summer keeps getting hotter and our winter keeps getting colder. For some developing countries, this effect could harm them because they have no type of protection. Many of us will not be that much affected as other people because we as a developed country have the appropriate tools and protection so these things don't happen to us. But we have to think about other people around the world who doesn't have this ability or advantage for themselves. As time passes and we continue to live as we do, we start to notice that climate change gets more and more dangerous and intense. The increase in the quantity of greenhouse gases traps more heat and increases the global atmosphere, leading to ocean temperature to rise, which might potentially be disruptive and harmful. Hurricanes and typhoons become more intense due to warmer ocean waters as well as more intense winter storms. Oceans are even expected to become more acidic, becoming more detrimental for sea life. Not only that, but including melting polar ice with a result of a rise in sea levels and increase in coastal flooding. The once beautiful environment that we once loved now is turning ugly because of how much we have abused from it and neglected it. And at one point, we would just disappear with it too. To us, the world might seem huge, and you think that there's plenty for everyone to live, eat, but that's not true. Billions of tons and millions of acres of cropland are being lost each year to erosion and development. Not only that, but more and more potable water is being polluted, which will lead to water shortage and which will result in a higher demand of water. As time passes, we are going to have lesser water, land, animals, and plants in which we need to survive off. Every choice we make can come back to us 10 times worse. Just a simple spill can just affect an entire ecosystem, and it might affect us immediately, but eventually it will. And this is not just about affecting our present, it's also about affecting our future. As people, we keep burning non-renewable resources like fossil fuels, which will lead to more acid rain. And that includes damage in lakes, crops, forests, buildings. This leads to catastrophic climate change because of depletion in the atmospheric ozone layer. Industrial chemicals are causing serious damage to food, crops, and human health. If we keep this up, it could come to a time in which there can be no restoration. This isn't a game in which if you mess up, you can hit reset and start from the beginning. This is real life in which we live in, and you can only make a choice once. And if the error has already happened, there's no return back to it. Since money was created, it has always blinded a man, demanding more and more power till there's nothing there. This might be completely unrelated to the actual title, but it's not. The US contains 5% of the total population of the world, yet produces 25% of emission of greenhouse gases. If developing countries / nations do not choose developed pathways using more efficient energy technology, the global warming problem will be exacerbated greatly. If the US would have really cared about the environment instead of thinking about the money, only then the future will have a good outcome. If the nations come together and act quickly and decisively, to change their ways and current policies, life wouldn't be as difficult for the rest of the world in the upcoming eras. But if nothing is changed and this continues, this will cause political instability and national and international conflict. If no action is put, then there will be a plus besides the natural disasters. In conclusion, our environment is at stake and we have to take action now before it's too late. This is not a theory, this is real. Global warming is affecting us now and it's affecting us more in the future. This should be a matter to us because it's our only home. There is no other place that can be replaced our planet. Why lead our world to that brink of destruction when we can just save it together and reunite and be together as one nation and not fight for money and power? Thank you for listening to my documentary. This is Dina. I made this with a lot of passion because I have AP environment and this is all I hear about and that's the only thing I stress about, so a bitch gotta say something about it. I hope this helps. I hope you have learned something from this and take it along in the future and at least spread the word around because it really is serious and it's fucking scary. But thank you for listening. A bitch is just trying to graduate.